Lahaina used to be the capital of all of Hawaii. All the places that are tourist areas that are Hawaiian history are gone. And that can't be replaced. You can't refurbish a building that is just ashes now. It can't be rebuilt. It's lost forever.
Welcome to a special episode of Hawaii's Best. Today we're reflecting on a pivotal moment in Hawaii's history. It has been exactly 1 year since the devastating fires that destroyed the historic town of Lahaina, leading to one of the deadliest natural disasters in recent U.S. history. On August 8th of 2003, Lahaina was struck by a catastrophic fire that claimed over 100 lives, destroyed more than 2,200 structures, and displaced approximately 12,000 residents. In the immediate aftermath, the community rallied to support the displaced and bereaved. The landscape of Lahaina has forever been changed. The streets once vibrant with life were reduced to ashes. However, the spirit of Maui remained unbroken, and this past year has been a testament to the resilience of its people. Today, we'll give you an update on the recovery efforts that have unfolded since this tragedy. This episode is dedicated to the people of Lahaina, those who have survived, those who are rebuilding, and those who are remembered.
I am going to the island of the valley, to Lahaina, Lahaina Luna, where the mountains are green. You will find me in Lahaina, Lahaina Luna.
I remember early on August 8th hearing reports of fires on Maui and didn't think much of it. And then later in the evenings, I completely switch off. I turn off, I go airplane mode, and, I'm not on screens. I'm not watching TV or anything like that. So I didn't see anything about the Lahaina fires until the morning of August 9th. And I opened up my Instagram account and just seeing, probably like you, this flood of images and videos of what had happened and what is currently happening. And it was just disbelief. It was like, what do you mean? Like Lahaina's gone? On a different level, reminded me of 9/11, meaning I remember going to a college class that morning and it was on the TV in the classroom. And I was like, what do you mean the towers are gone? It was one of those disbelief moments. Like you can't believe that happened. Like that actually happened. And I think for myself and probably you and a lot of people, it was just this utter disbelief. But in that disbelief, there were people trying to survive, trying to get basic necessities in that moment. And today I want to honor that and share some of their stories, and also want to give an update on ways that we can all continue to help support and come alongside of the community of Lahaina. In the critical hours and days that followed August 8th, the community and the world's response was critical. The scale of the emergency required a massive coordinated effort, one that didn't take shape fast enough. And the efforts of the American Red Cross, along with other humanitarian organizations, played a role in providing immediate assistance. They offered food, water, medical care, ensuring that those affected had access to basic necessities in the wake of the disaster. However, with government assistance not arriving until a full 2 days after the fire, it was the grit and determination of the local community of Maui that were the true heroes. Here's what Kawena Kahula, a survivor in Lahaina evacuee, had to say.
You had no idea that as you were evacuating, you were actually heading into the firestorm.
I didn't know. I didn't know until there was big black mushroom clouds of smoke continuing to stack up on each other, bigger and bigger.
Was there any communication in these first few hours of that panic state?
No. Nothing.
When was the first time you started to see the government step in and provide some of those basic necessities?
Say maybe Thursday. It started to sound like they started to have conversations based on the information and social media and YouTube and news. It's from what it sounded like, the community took it into their hands first.
Are you a first responder?
No,
You have no experience responding to natural disasters.
no.
You're telling me you were able to make it out of that area, and yet food was not able to make it in, food delivered by the government.
Yes.
I wanted to share this raw clip because it's important to remember the stories and the people in Lahaina that actually went through this disaster firsthand. As the immediate threat subsided, the focus shifted to assessing the damage, and the wildfires had left a significant mark. Over 2,200 structures were damaged and destroyed, and the landscape of Lahaina was completely devastated. So in the wake of this, the community faced the immense task of cleaning up and planning for what was next. And over this past year, Lahaina has seen some strides in rebuilding and reopening some spots, yet the road to full recovery remains a long and complex one. The cleanup operations led by the Army Corps of Engineers is a massive undertaking. They have removed hundreds of thousands of tons of debris from destroyed homes and businesses, and this cleanup has been critical in paving the way for what is next, the next steps of rebuilding. Reconstruction efforts have begun, with the landscape of Lahaina gradually changing once again. And around June of this year, 2024, the first signs of rebuilding started. The government also initiated several temporary housing projects to accommodate those who lost their homes. These projects have provided a critical role in providing some form of normalcy for hundreds of families. However, the challenges are substantial, and legal and logistic delays have complicated the efforts. For instance, the plan to establish a permanent disposal site for the fire debris faced stepbacks, which highlighted the complex interplay of environmental concerns and recovery needs. Additionally, there is a significant emotional and psychological toll on the residents. So rebuilding isn't just about structures, it's about restoring the community spirit and assessing the mental health needs of those affected. So support services and community initiatives have been instrumental in this aspect, helping to weave back the social fabric of Lahaina. As Lahaina's journey to recovery is ongoing, it's essential to focus on the remarkable resilience and support within the community. Spirit of Lahaina has shown incredible strength and unity in the face of adversity. Organizations such as Maui Strong Fund spearheaded fundraising and relief efforts, providing much needed support to those affected. Also, there was a massive push and campaign for GoFundMes and Venmo accounts. Those are ways that people were able to directly help and support those impacted on the ground in Lahaina. And one of the ones was actually, I follow this guy, I saw an Instagram post. And one of the things in the media was I saw this guy who is a mobile auto repair guy, and he had a Venmo for asking for gas. He was, driving in and out, helping people get them supplies. And that was one of the things that we were able to help donate and support, was just paying for gas through this guy's Venmo account. So there's a lot of those things, those grassroots efforts that came into play. And then there was, organizations such as Maui Strong Fund who are still doing great work, and they provided much needed support to those affected. These initiatives have been critical in helping families rebuild their lives and businesses. And last year, around late August, we had on few of those businesses that were affected by the fires. You can go back, we'll link them below, some of those episodes. It's interesting to hear their story. Some businesses that were in Lahaina and lost businesses due to the fires, and others on the other side of the island of Maui, and how they helped play a critical role in helping support their local community. As Lahaina looks ahead, the focus is a long-term rebuilding and preventative strategies. Obviously, the lessons learned from last year's wildfires are being integrated, at least I hope they are, into the planning and development to prevent such future devastating losses in the future. This includes enhancing firefighting resources, improving evacuation procedures, and incorporating fire-resistant materials and designs in new constructions. Investments are also being made in environmental restoration. The restoration of native vegetation and the implementation of better land management practices are critical in reducing the risk of future wildfires. These efforts also play a vital role in preserving Maui's unique ecosystem and biodiversity. In addition to this, the community is advocating for stronger policies on emergency response and disaster preparedness at both the local and state levels of Hawaii. So it's clear that while much has been accomplished, the road ahead still requires our collective support and action. And for those looking to contribute to Lahaina's ongoing recovery, there are numerous ways to get involved. Donations can be made to local organizations like Aina Mamona and Maui Strong Fund, which continue to provide essential support to affected families and businesses. Also, volunteering your time and skills can make a significant difference while visiting any of the islands in Hawaii, especially Maui. It's all of our support that helps to continue to make a difference in the lives of those affected by last year's wildfires. For ways to give and volunteer, you can visit hawaiisbesttravel.com/128. 128. All right, until next time, my friends, be well. Aloha.
Mahalo for listening to this episode of Hawaii's Best. To stay up to date on future episodes, please subscribe and visit us at hawaiisbesttravel.com.